Hey guys, this is Trevor at Stone Death, and for this video I'm going to be doing something a little different than average. I'm just going to be showing off some shit I've added to my very dank stash of cool shit lately and this week. Just some mail. Just some cool ass shit I think you should see. Anyway, first of all, the sourest of diesels. Anyway, this first little bit of stuff I'm going to go over is from Headsplit Records, which is a little distro, label that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with by now. It put out hundreds and hundreds of good tapes that are on the shelves everywhere in the community now, I know. But this particular release was for the brand new EP by Torture Rack. So, yeah, I got the fucking shirt. But more importantly is the tape, which is really fucking slick, The red is super cool with the print there. This is the little head dude here is on the back of the shirt too, but I'm not going to stand up to show you that. That's real fucking cool. Got the band itself on the layout. Headsplit Records is based in Portland, Oregon, and so is Torture Rack. And I think Torture Rack... I think they share at least one, if not more, members with another Portland death metal band called Witch Vomit. I'm only about 50% sure about on that, so don't quote me on it. But yeah, Torture Rack, some seriously filthy, nasty death shit. I really like the change in logo for this release. It was cool before, but this has just got a lot more details to it. And just little shit going on. You can't really get a good look at it here. But it's really sick, especially blown up for the shirt. And I'm pretty sure that the artwork is Ink Lesions. That's the, I guess, the artist tag. It's actually David Mickelson from Undergang. I'm only pretty sure about that, too. I didn't look in the liner notes. I guess on the J card I could do that, but I won't do it right now. Yeah, so the shirt, the tape... and the flag, there's two different flags on the site, Headsplit. There's this one, the black one, which is the logo, and then this fucking gnarly ass dude here. Yeah, that's fucking sick. And then the white one, there's a white flag too, which is just the same as the actual cover of the EP, but, square as opposed to rectangle. So how it looks on the 7-inch. The 7-inch is actually out on Parasitic Records. I haven't picked one of those up yet, but I just might anyway, on top of having the tape. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's the Torture Rack stuff. Headsplit, the record label itself has a newsletter that they send out, particularly when you I think you can buy this on their site, but if you buy enough of their actual released merchandise, the tapes, the shirts, stuff that they made themselves or produced themselves, then I think they just send you one of these anyway, because I didn't put this in my cart or nothing, but it showed up, and it's got some really cool stuff. The quality and the print's really good. Like, this isn't gonna fade or nothing. It's it's even a little glossy, but it's got all sorts of. I think some of these are interviews, some of these are just little reviews or like advertisements for cool releases and shit. But yeah, it all looks really cool. So that's something neat, just something extra, And then, oh yeah, there's a fucking comic in there too. Some little comics. That's fucking rad. That's Pit of Limbs by Torture Rack, out now on Headsplit Records and also Parasitic Records. So that's on tape on Headsplit and on 7-inch on Parasitic. The next thing I got in the mail, it just came by itself. This is a tape from Gurgling Gore, which is a tiny little label out of Maine that so far specializes in really sick-ass tape releases. This one is the split between Thorn and Fumes. Fumes is from Toronto, and Thorn is from Arizona, and the both of them are really fucking sick ass, borderline proggy, super brutal death metal, some doomy moments. There's just a lot of cool shit going on. It's hard to pin down exactly what it is to give you a description, but I think that, you know, maybe this is one of those times where you should just go check some shit out yourself. And a split album is a really great way to do that, even though I think the tapes maybe disappeared now. But the digital version is also a really good way for you to check out some new shit because, you know, it's one release with 2 fucking bands on it. So that's, you know, twice as much bang for your buck. The really interesting thing about this tape in particular is the layout, because this O card here is it. This case is totally blacked out, so you can't see nothing. So that's it. It's weird because I have these the old school tape cases that are the drawers, and then all the tapes all slide into the slots. Well, I don't even want to put this in that because it would wear up the corners of the O card, which is not a big deal. I have a separate stack of tapes that don't fit in that thing anyway, just because they're special. Yeah, this is really fucking neat. Actually, I'm gonna get the whole tape out. Well, I got the fucking thing in my hand. Yeah, there's the Thorn side. Full logo print on the tape itself. There's the Fume side. And then there is a J card, so even though you can't see it from the outside, so, you know, obviously there's no cover or nothing. It's just a black on the outside. J card, track list, and lyrics. You know, liner notes, all that good shit. So that's really fucking sick. And Gurgling Gore has a lot of cool stuff, too. They put out the other Thorn tape twice. I have that. That one's really sick. I also really enjoyed Warflurch, Writhing Shadows, pretty much everything. Fucking Seep. It's all fucking dope. So that's a label you really should check out, as well as these bands in particular. Fucking love that shit. And that's it for the death metal shit that I got this week. Next up is lots of black metal stuff. Skittles. Yeah, I know I didn't have a cult sounding dab. So this next little bunch of stuff came from a label here in the U.S. that deals in mostly black metal and like black and death metal type stuff called Expansion Abyss, who I've been ordering a lot of shit from lately because it's just a lot of cool shit. Not only just the stuff that they distro for other labels, maybe overseas, but their own releases too. This particular package, though, is a couple of represses of tapes by Kuka Ilimoku. I'm only, you know, like I said, about 50% sure about how I'm pronouncing that because it's Hawaiian. This is a blackened punk, you know, more raw black metal band from Hawaii. I think this may even be a one-person group. I'm not sure. But this is some pretty kick-ass shit right here. I think this is the first self-titled demo. There's a second one, which I also have a pressing of, but that was from a lot earlier on Expansion Abyss. But this one I had missed. And I like the imagery on the front. You know, I don't really know what any of it is. Maybe that's a bad thing, but I really enjoy it. Something different culturally than the typical Norway church burning, you know, graveyards and ravens type stuff. Just something a little different. That's the first one. The first self-titled demo by the band. This one is titled Pu'u Kohala Soil. I'm not exactly sure again, or I don't know if you can read that from there, but yeah, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation on that. This is a nice one. I like that kind of, what is that? Like a mint green or pine green or whatever the fuck that is. But the translucent tape style. This one's actually got a fold-out J card with a little bit more stuff on it. I don't know how many of these are left on Expansion Abyss. They might be gone from there. But I know that they divvied up to a couple other distros. And if you go check them out on Instagram, Expansion Abyss, you might be able to find out where they are if you're interested in it. And any of this and don't already have it, because these are represses. So, you know. if you're a total nerd for True Cult first edition, whatever, then, you know, not for you. I don't give a fuck. I think it's cool shit. So those are really dope. Also, with that order, I got this, which, well, I haven't played it yet. And I wasn't really sure what it was when I got it. It's a 7-inch by a band called Radioactive Vomit. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember the name of it, and I can't read what it says on the cover there. But I thought it looked really cool, and I checked out the little sample, because there's a Bandcamp link in the web store itself under it. And the Expansion Abyss had just gotten a bunch of stuff from the distro, I think in Germany, Iron and Blood Productions. And a lot of their stuff is either takes a long time to ship or is expensive to ship. So when I see it in distros, you know, this side of the briny blue, then I try to pick up some stuff if I can. This one was just what I could snag at the time, and caught my eye. And I haven't even taken it out of here, I don't think, because I haven't put the vinyl inside the little. It's just a fold, but that's fucking cool. And from what I listened to, it was kind of, you know, thrashy leaning, war metal, sort of that bestial Black and Death type stuff, sort of. I mean, I have to give it a more in-depth listen. They certainly have the look down, bro, with the machete and the bullets and shit in front, looking scary, but, you know, I dig all the artwork, and I like the first track or two that I listened to enough to just sort of blind buy this. And I probably will do more of that, you know, with Expansion Abyss, especially if they keep getting, you know, that obscure other overseas label stuff. But I do it with their releases too. I've actually cold bought a couple of things that I hadn't really heard. Ceremonial Curse is one that's really good. Mexican black metal, super super cool. Epitaph. The album I, which actually also came out on Gurgling Gore on tape. Expansion Abyss did the US LP edition, which is a 2 LP gatefold. Really, really fucking sick. And I bought it after I had picked up the tape from Gurgling Gore and heard it and thought, this would be really fucking cool on vinyl. So then I picked it up from Expansion Abyss. And like I said, that's one of my favorite small labels right now. And when you purchase something that has one of their releases in it, like, you know, the represses, the Kukuilamoku, or the Epitaph, or, you know, a whole heap of fucking stuff, then they come with this super cool, chromed out fucking sticker, you know? So, and by now I have like fucking 4 of these, so they're cool as shit. This next item is actually not as recent as some of the other stuff. It came to me a few weeks ago. But it's just super cool, and I was excited about it, and I really wanted to share it to you. And, you know, it's not something you can go get anymore because it's super limited and it's gone now, but it's still interesting music. The artist is cool. I think you should check out this band once I'm done here showing it off to you. But this is Revenant Marquis, and this is the triple tape box set from Le Fleur du Mal Productions, which is they are out of Montreal, Canada. I had to look at my notes there, to be honest. But yeah, box sets are my fucking thing. I love box sets. And this is actually a band that I very recently got into. When the box set came out, I had seen it on the website when I was purchasing a Pan American Native Front tape. And I kind of overlooked this because I wasn't sure about the band at the time. And I checked these guys out after a recommendation from someone I know on Instagram. And it's really fucking sick. It's so raw, and it's so distant and sort of, you know, covered in these layers like fucking brick dungeon walls that it's almost ambient, you know? It's like music that you hear through the bathroom wall when you're buzzed as fuck at the venue under the ground, you know? I don't know. It's fucking dope shit. But there's 3 tapes. That was the Pitless Black Emphasis. This one, yeah, Poltergeist. There's an N in there, so you know. But yeah, Revenant Marquis, super raw, super sort of dissonant, creepy, ambient vibes. This one's Youth and Ribbons. Yeah, this is the latest album, I think. They have another album coming out soon, I think this year, on Death Cult Productions. And also, I think all of these are getting repressed on vinyl as well. So if you're, looking for them and can't find them on tape, can't find them on vinyl, they're coming out again with Death Cult Productions. That is out of the UK. But from what I understand, they are sharing distro with Appalachian Noise Records, which is in the US. So if you're in the US and you're wondering, am I going to be able to get this record? Maybe don't jump on the Death Cult wagon and try to shoot for that, that 15-minute window that some of these black metal records have. And just wait until Appalachian Noise picks up their copies. I mean, it might again be another 15-minute window, but at least you've got a little bit more of a window there to prepare yourself and set your alarms and adjust your sleep schedule and whatever the fuck you have to do to pregame for these types of things. So I just want to say that the quality of this is super cool for me. Like it's not very lavish. It's minimalistic, but the cardstock, the matte cardstock, is a very good option for me because I find that in storage sometimes when you get these glossy things, especially with like Digipack CDs. Glosses are very easy to notice. All the scuffs, just little things from moving them around, and I mean, if you're not careful, sometimes that shit can happen. I mean, it happens with the matte too, but not near as often and not near as easily. So they're a little easier to protect long term if you want to keep your shit nice, and I do. But yeah, that's Revenant Marquee box set from Fleur de Mal Productions. And if you're wanting to check them out and you're a little closer to them, maybe you get a lot of your shit from Canada distros, then Pan American Native Front, their new album Little Turtles War is coming out on cassette from them. If you're in the US, that's Stygian Black Hand. But now I'm getting off topic. So this next item is another repress. It is an LP split between two phenomenal black metal groups from here in the US. The Valak Grogolder split. Very fucking cool. I recently discovered Grogolder just a little bit before this LP came out. Valak I was familiar with for a little bit, but I don't really have any of his releases. This is a one-person group. That's him. That's the guy. He does everything. It's probably the same for Grogolder because he's the only one. This is the only person on the cover of the side, but I'm not exactly sure if this is a one-man group or a full band. But no, Valak I've been following for a little bit, so it's nice to actually get my hands on some of the material. I bought this came from Banner of Blood, a label out of Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is important to mention because I also bought the LP. What's the word? Compilation of the Valak demos that they pressed a little while ago. Yeah, this got pinched a little bit in the mail. I'm not too butthurt about it. It'll be fine. It's whatever. I'm going to continue to take care of it, so it won't be damaged any further. But it's very nice. And this is a repress. Like I said, the first one disappeared too fast for me because I just didn't realize that it existed. I live under a rock, and sometimes I don't make the cut on things. But I'm super stoked, not only about how it sounds, because I love how it sounds. Both these bands are super raw, super nasty with their riffs. Fucking fantastic shit. But, I'm a nerd for aesthetic layouts. The purple on black here with the black and white photos is really cool. He's sitting here with a knife stuck in this board that looks like it's a piece to one of the stilts to railroad tracks on a fucking bridge or some shit. I don't know, words coming out of my mouth, but that's really neat. It's got a classic vibe to it. Obviously, it looks a little old school. It's got the border but the color scheme is nice and. I don't know. It just fucking works for me. It's just a plain black vinyl. I haven't looked at the insert yet, so I'll pull that out and we'll look at it. But this just looks like some liner notes and some credits. There's the two artists. I'm pretty sure that is a one-person group now that I'm looking at it. Oh, yep. Says so right there. All instruments. Boom, bam. Really fucking sick. Anyway, I think this repress is gone now too. So, I mean, but you know, enough people are going digital, right? That this is still this. You know, people can still get their hands on this and enjoy it fully. I, of course, am a nerd for physical stuff, but yeah, there are loads of people who will just go buy this digitally, and to those of you, I encourage you to do so because both you'll have to visit both separate band camps and get both halves of the split, which may be a hassle, but who gives a fuck? Really, really cool, raw, ambient type black. Not really ambient. I mean, but kind of stole that word from the last one, but both these groups are super fucking cool. U.S. black metal, fucking raw, heavy, talented. You know, I mean, as being a person that can hardly wrap their head around playing one instrument, the whole one-person project thing is sort of a crazy concept to me. So kudos to anyone that can do that, especially do it so well. Valak, Grogalder, check them out. Banner of Blood. Banner of Blood usually covers most of Valak's releases here in the States, as far as I know. So be on the lookout for that. I have one more to look at, and it's another black metal band because we're still on the black metal portion here, and this one I waited a little longer than I thought I was going to for. I bought it on a Black Metal Friday from a label in Moscow, Russia called Obscurant Visions, who was putting out this album that I had only listened to digitally. I didn't get it on tape, but I was late to that party. But I had been enjoying it for a while. I was really excited to see it. I thought, oh, it's Bandcamp Friday. This is the perfect place for me to dump my money right now. Is on this. Treacherous Omens of Blood and Candlewax by Vampirska. You know, right off the bat, you can tell this is some vampiric fucking raw black metal shit. Also a band out of the US. But very classic in the way that there's this super dark, you know, chiaroscuro fucking vampire lurking through the halls of his castle with the candelabra, you know, looking for souls to feed upon and shit, or whatever the fuck the vampire shit is that's happening here. But I really dig the border too in this one specifically. I know there's a whole ton of borders on these black metal albums out there right now, but this one gives me this little lament configuration, like, you know, Hellraiser puzzle box vibe to it, and I really fucking like that shit. So, but yeah. Anyway, this album is super fucking cool, and you know, it's got a lot of little dungeon synth parts, but the riffs are really fucking tight, you know, and the presentation is just fantastic. I like the vibe here, the black and white all around, which, you know, I know is standard, but there's a certain aesthetic that they're shooting for here that I enjoy also, and yeah, it fucking rules. So, also, well, I'll take a look at the insert first. There's actually a couple of posters that came with this, and they're just of the guy himself, because I think that this is another one-person black metal band. There's a lot of that going on, you know. Of course, there always has been. I guess that's never not been a thing for black metal. But there's the first one. These are both really cool. There's the second one. Really loves that candelabra. Where the fuck did he find that, you know? Was it, like, handed down to him? Was it, like, something he found in a great aunt's, like, attic or some shit? Or did he, like, decide when he was going to make this album or get into black metal that he was going to go to an antique store and find himself a really cool ass candelabra from, like, you know, olden times and shit? Yeah, I don't know. Things to think about. But anyway, I was only pretty sure that I got a black copy of this, like black vinyl. But turns out I didn't. Turns out I got the color merge. And this one's really fucking sick. It's got like this cherry blossom pink, and then this super dark, or super dope crimson. And that's really fucking tight. I really like how that came out. I'm not going to pull it all the way out because I'm just going to put it away now. And that's it. That's all of my stuff for this collection update of things that I've received over the last week and a half or so in the mail. These are probably going to be a little bit more regular now. Or this type of video is going to be more regular now, alongside with my reviews and my videos about demos and EPs and splits and whatever, what have you. Just as a way to kind of show off some cool-ass merch, not necessarily, just for that, but spotlight bands and labels and just things that I think that that you might want to check out. And I don't know, sometimes having a look at that kind of stuff, sort of almost like a try before you buy, a little window shop is good. And not all this stuff is always available after my video gets up on the internet for you to go and get. But when I know about that, for the most part, I'm going to try to be very diligent on mentioning it. The thing is gone. It is no longer available for you. But also, like I mentioned before, we're in the digital age, and lots of people are buying albums online and downloading them instead. So that is usually a possibility also after the fact the items are gone. But anyway, yeah. If you see something you like, you should go hunt it down. If it's there, But otherwise, thanks for checking this out. I hope you had a good time watching and seeing some cool shit, and come back for more later.